More air coming in. Take cover, take cover!
He's behind the barn? Luton, I can't see. Just sending shots over.
Hey guys, Luton here. Now, as promised, a returned look to post Scriptum. Now, for more info, the game's Steam page is up now. That's linked down below. It's in an alpha state currently, so as you'd expect, all features are going to be subject to change. Its animations and characters are currently just placeholders, and so they're going to be changed with the new animation system that's coming soon. The game mode we're playing is called Offensive. It's one of several modes available planned at release, and a total of 5 maps are going to be available, all featuring multiple layouts and types of objectives, from capturing an area to destroying AA guns, escorting convoys, and so on. There's going to be implemented a penetration system for tanks as well, which is going to include stuff like armor thickness, velocity, angling, shell type. The maps are going to be scaled from 4x4 up to 8x8 kilometers. So with the details done, how is the game shaping up? First and foremost, this game has bags and bags of immersion. You're going to find the action is scattered but intense, and your success is going to be variable based on factors like care with your cover, your choice of approach to a target, your squad's communication and skill with spotting an enemy, and your support from command bringing in fire support where necessary. All these things are going to make a massive amount of difference as to whether or not you survive, whether or not you achieve your objectives.
Then we've got infantry to our
I got tracks, vehicle west.
They're going to be coming. Roger that, I'll try and get the Firefly to move up with it. Yeah, infantry seen, up the road.
Mark him down, medic. There's someone
right across the street, northwest.
Yo, is the park made of smoke?
You should be right to get me.
It's so it deals damage in a radius with an time, but also
He's shooting at me from the right around there.
That MG42 is just fucking bringing us down.
Roger, use the smokes and try and move up on the left hand side.
Oh, fucking goddamn.
Run a frost for us.
Where should I spawn?
Those are danger close, danger close. Are they ours?
Yeah, I think they're ours. They're hitting right in front of you guys.
The pace of the game is, as you might expect, slower than some more arcade-style FPS. This is not a bad thing. As with most atmospheric immersive shooters, the environment and general scale of what's happening is what makes the game enjoyable. Taking cover from incoming fire is just as exciting as returning those shots. Now, sadly for me, my previous week's playtest that I was unable to record was actually far more action-packed for me personally, and I had a lot more confirmed kills than the playtest this weekend. Nonetheless, I think you can still get a good sense of action from what I did secure this week in recording, and I'll let you take a look at some selected action shots now. Just watch out for that tall house.
Yeah, Lieutenant Devil Dog, if you want to swing around on the left-hand side there.
Shots from that second story house again.
I answer. Enemy tank to the west.
Yeah, enemy
Where's
tank
that
on
Cromwell?
2-4.
I'm getting AT ready.
Yeah, the Chrome's moving up with us.
Shit.
Okay, a Panzer apparently.
Devil, don't move any further south and expose yourself, because that building have got eyes on us.
Yeah, I know, and that Panzer's right in front of me. He's like, I don't know if I can get a shot off on him, but I don't know.
I wanted to move up across, get closer, but I can't, because that sniper's in that house.
He's tagged, he's moving. Yeah, Cromwell's nailing him. He's down, he's down.
Gavy's down to keep moving, Jen.
The building with the fences, it's danger close though, and we have guys right on the wall.
Is that I-10 key 5?
Grenade out, grenade out, grenade out.
Yeah, it is at I-key 5.
Roger that.
Go.
No, we got troops on it now. I'd call it off.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm out of ammo.
This wall's clear, I'm pushing up.
They're definitely on
They're
the
pulling back,
east
pulling
side
back. They're pulling back on the
buildings.
back side of the house.
Copy.
On the west side, rear of the house.
I see him.
Hey guys, hold off on pushing now. I've got 3 mortars coming in. I need to range them. I don't want them hitting you.
Roger, we'll stay here. Is that friendly tank? Yes.
Hey, what's that fire on the left over there? You hear that, Luton? You hear the fire on our left?
Yeah, I hear it. I'm trying to look for the target.
We have we have Desmo over there. I think that's, yeah.
It might be.
Desmo.
No, there was shots coming in on him though, mate. Might be from the barn.
Really? Fuck.
I can't tell. I've not got good enough eyes on
Go
that.
down to some reinforcements from 4th section.
There's a marksman on our north. Yeah, fuck.
There's a
marksman on
marksman
the
on north. Yeah, I heard him. I can't see him though.
I want to go to that big warehouse and then proceed north up the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what my plan is.
He might be a tree line.
Oh my god, there's so many in that tree line. Cromwell's lighting up tree line to our west. There could be someone in this warehouse.
We got multiple at that next 2-story we were originally taking fire from, past the building with the gates.
Yeah, bring it.
No!
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You should have your fucking license taken away.
End of this road.
You can take me back down the road now for
That's
that.
very good.
Yeah, it's just.
Guys,
Just-
they're on the
just
roof
cheese
of
it
the
to the
2-story,
junction at the
pretty
end
much
and then you
straight
can go turn around.
southwest, northwest of us. They're on the actual roof.
And we're just rallying back here.
Yeah, we're just having a hard time getting in this town. Keep going, go. Fine, don't worry. Right, that'll do. I can jump out here. I'll jump out here and you guys can just plow on, alright? That's good. Thanks.
Alright, it's the luck, my friend. I feel like we're in Kelly's here.
Come back in, Scrub.
I
Where
need
do
a
you
medic
want the
on my
MG
position.
sport?
MG's need on the right hand side of the road, looking north up to so basically. I try and make a mark. If you can move on that new marker.
Copy that. Tanks repositioning this side as well.
Alright, I'm actually getting in here on the north. I got another MG. MG. I'm coming to support. They're on that.
I see him on the roof. I just got ruined.
Oh, no, PCs, mate. There's MG up there and a medic.
Yeah, there's at least 3 or 4 of them on there. We need to get something heavy on it.
Now, one thing you find with Scriptum, as with other games of similar intensity, is that you find yourself using suppressing fire, distracting shots, smoke grenades, more than you might in more arcadey shooters, simply because you have to. Firing your gun in a game like Scriptum is going to sharpen up your enemy's attention, maybe detract their attention away. When they hear those shots, they're going to be looking to find where that's coming from. So choosing a right approach to a town objective is really, really important. In our playtest, we spent at least 3 attempts trying to find the most effective route into this town, and the objective before we had any real constructive ability to try and secure it. Now, as you saw from the footage as well, we were bringing in artillery and air support onto the town, but it was still just a killing field for us. The defending German unit were really heavily fortified in the town itself. Now, the aiming focus is something that's very important in Scriptum. When you ADS, the zoom on in is actually negligible. You're going to need to focus to get extra zoom before you have a better chance to aim and land those shots. The trouble is, this only lasts for a moment when you focus, and it's meant to replicate you really sort of steadying yourself to take the shot, as is often the case for, say, a sniper class taking a breath. But this makes the combat all the more challenging, as you've got to position yourself well to be able to pick those shots. Now, I can't really critically speak to the mechanics and layout at this stage because, as I said at the start of this video, the devs are still balancing out, listening to feedback and working out the changes. It's in that very early alpha, and they've already said there's a big update coming soon, so there's no point criticizing something which is literally just about to change. So we'll see what happens on that front in the next playtest and eventually beta, I guess. One thing to be aware of, though, is just the nature of these kind of games. As with any FPS that's leaning towards realism and authenticity, the damage models are invariably very, very high, so often only 1 or 2 rounds is enough to put you down.
Yeah. I was having mic issues earlier.
Oh. I can hear you fine, man.
Oh, is this not our armor right in front of me? No, it's not.
Nope. You're gonna make... You can tell it yourself.
SDFK!
Oh, shit.
There's a fucking tank in the middle of the field here on my left. Front left USL. Real close, within 100. This thing coming.
Tank's pretty much on my position.
Oh, shit.
India 9er.
Yeah, the India 9er. He's dead.
From my experience in the 2 playtests these past 2 weeks, it's honestly very variable. You can find times where you're on a roll and times where you just can't seem to locate the enemy and they'll just drop you again and again. And this is really more the nature of these slower paced atmospheric games with high damage models than it is really a problem with the game itself, you know. It's just something to be aware of as you go into it that you're likely going to experience. But remember, it goes both ways. Sometimes you're going to be that player on a roll, other times you're a punching bag. It's just how it goes, and you just got to roll with it. One thing to mention, though, is that you can't underestimate how important choosing a good approach, a good strategy to a position is, as well as properly maybe using your sniper to give you recon info, as well as your squad leader speaking back to command to try and get appropriate support, armor support coming in to help you if you're having a very hard time. Scriptum features squad organization, requiring you to specify joining an infantry, logistics or armored section. Within the infantry roles you choose your loadout, which is going to be limited on class selection. Each squad only having 1 sniper, for example, maybe 2 AT, 2 MG units available. Your squad can take any variation on the roles, so you can just adjust your squad composition as necessary. Medics are critically important, being able to revive and patch up down players. Non-medics do carry a small bandage pack to stop bleeding, but you're going to need to see a medic for a full heal. If you're hurt from incoming rounds and you are not patched up, you're going to steadily bleed out from your screen darkening until you go unconscious and become downed, so you can only then be revived by a medic again.
Freeze. 2 brown, 1 green. Keep going. Hit more. To your 1, 2 o'clock.
Fuck, I need a medic. Just got hit.
Right there. Somewhere on that corner.
If I hit to the west, I need a medic.
guys in the tree line to our southeast.
They're
Next to the
chasing
Willies
us
and
where
the-
we
and the-
were.
and
They
the-
were exactly where we were. The ditch.
Desmo, I need a medic.
Medic over here.
Where'd all your patches go?
Jesus.
Thanks, mate. We're good. Both teams will utilise MSPs, those are mobile spawn points, and FOBs to respawn from, but be aware that your MSPs can be destroyed if located by the enemy, so you're going to need to position these safely and a good distance away from the enemy. Now, logistics also plays a really important part in transporting resources to a front line. This could be anything like ammo or pack guns. If a position is proving very, very difficult to engage, it can also be useful to act as a transport, ferrying guys from your FOB back into the action. Bringing your squad back to full strength quickly has an obvious bonus to their combat effectiveness, whereas just rolling in, ones and twos is really putting the full strength up to that line there. What I find most satisfying in the game though is of course scoring kills, because of the infrequency that this can occur as you spend time moving up to or through an objective. When you do actually get into combat, it's really nerve-wracking. Running across open ground is sometimes beneficial, but will often get you very easily picked off. You can do stuff like throwing phosphorus grenades into a building to clear out enemy, scoring revenge kills on the guy who just dropped your body right in front of you. Those kind of things are always really satisfying. Not to mention the passive atmosphere of just people doing their thing around you. Because of the scale of the maps, you'll often glimpse vehicles moving off in the distance or units moving around, but out of your range and probably not your priority there and then. So you just get this feeling that there's a lot of things happening all around you, even though you have a specific task to deal with. There's a real feeling of being part of a battlefield, and it's this more authentic atmosphere that really pulls you into the game. And speaking of authenticity as well, it's something the game is really reaching for, and genuinely reaching for. There's a lot of updates to come to the animations in the game, but already there's some really nice features like mounting the rifle grenade launcher and then having to detach it again. There's three of them in the two-story building. Sorry, 2 to 3 of them in the 3-story building.
Can we get AT on the smoke to the south?
Okay, gents, we're getting this gun run coming north to south, straight on the centre of the town.
Smoke is enemy spawn truck. There's infantry around it.
So far, Postscriptum has been a deeply immersive and enjoyable experience. It's not a game that will feature breakneck action at every moment, but that's not what the game is focusing on. It's about feeling that heart-thumping tension when you realise the shit's going down. It's the fear of keeping your head down when an MG42 is opening up on your squad as you try and cross open ground 600 metres away, or when you're regrouping in a ditch only to have a Tiger tank nearly drive over you all. It's seeing tanks get blown up in the distance as your squad scramble to assault a town, and the frustration of thinking you made it to cover only to get picked off by a sniper in one hit. It's a different experience that you'll find in most modern FPS, and it's something I'll be certainly looking forward to very much with the future updates. Now, I'm going to be bringing those here as soon as I have access to them, guys. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. As always, tell me what you think about Postscriptum down below, and if you enjoyed, guys, hit that thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.